Hey everyone, this is Virginia here, and welcome back to the fourth episode of the Daily TAR.I.S Amino podcast. And today we are going to be talking about two major things, which is one, the reasons why we start watching Doctor Who, and it's also great because today they announced who the new actress is going to be for the Doctor, and we're going to talk about what we think about it. So everyone introduce yourselves again. I already introduced myself. I'm Regina. And you guys go.
I'm Steve, and yes, what we started watching.
Guys. Friends.
Hello.
Friends. Alright, can y'all...
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you guys. Ethan, are you gonna introduce yourself?
Okay.
Yeah.
Introduce
Okay.
yourselves.
Okay. Well, I'm Ethan. Yeah.
Where's Mimi? Mimi.
Well, hey. Yeah, sorry. My internet was cracked up. So, hey, I'm Mimi.
Mohammed.
Hey. Good night, Whovians, English Whovians. Good afternoon, American Whovians.
Basically, because it's like 1 p.m. now. And then we have our new person.
Yeah.
Even though he's not technically new, he's just new to the stream, so he can finally get on today. We have CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hello.
Okay. So let's start off with who wants to start first. We're talking about basically, I already told you guys in the beginning that we're talking about like how we started watching Doctor Who. Like, who introduced you guys? Like, how did you guys get into it, and what made you addicted to it?
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
So, my mom.
Okay, CJ, you can go first.
Okay. So, my mom used to watch it all the time. Basically, I didn't really like it back then. I was always like, you're watching that show. What really got me into Doctor Who, pretty sad now, is that I liked it and she was obsessed with it. So I started getting into it so I could be closer to her.
Okay.
But she left. I don't know where she is every time. But now I'm super obsessed with Doctor Who. I have all the sonic screwdrivers. I have books. I have DVDs of classic Who. It's just my favorite show of all time. It'll always have a place with me.
Okay. What about Mohammed? How'd you get into it? Mohammed? Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry. First of all, I was just zapping on the TV. I come up with the CNBC, which broadcast Doctor Who in my country. There was a marathon, Doctor Who marathon of Series 6, I think. Matt Smith. I watched it all day. It was all of 13 episodes actually. I just sit in the morning and watch till the night. Actually, it was evening. Anyway. Basically, it changed my whole life. I mean, first of all, I live in Turkey now. I know Turkish. Sorry. Now I'm trying to learn English, and which helped me a lot in learning English. And now I'm going to choose a university about English language, which caused by Doctor Who. And I love Doctor Who music, and I started to play guitar and piano because of Doctor Who, which changed my life a lot. Because of this, I love Doctor Who very much. It changed my whole life actually.
Cool. A lot of people usually say like American TV shows usually help you with English. That makes sense. We're gonna go to Ethan. Ethan. How'd you get into Doctor Who?
Okay. Well, I started watching it when the new series started. So this was back in 2005, so no phones or anything. I had to watch it with my family, which was a bit stupid looking back on it now. I don't do that very often anymore. But so I just watched it. I went downstairs and we just watched it as a family. We ended up doing that every Saturday, and that's really how I got into it. And we still do that now. Actually, we watch the new series like that as well. And my obsession probably reached its peak in about 2011 when my dad built me my own TARDIS console, which was on a bracket which you could fold up and down. That was quite cool. I got rid of that now. I sort of regret doing that. But oh well, it was fun while it lasted.
What'd you get rid of? Wait, what did you get rid of again?
He had a TARDIS console.
So in about 2011, I built. My dad built me a TARDIS console, like a huge one. It was on a bracket, so you could fold it up and down.
That's cool.
It was only one panel because it was too big, but it was still cool.
Nice,
Oh
cool.
my god. That's really cool.
That's really cool.
Dedicated dad.
Mimi. Now I'm gonna go last. Mimi, what's your? How did you first get introduced to Doctor Who?
First I introduced with the show is when I got Netflix. I don't know when it was, but I guess soon because I don't know. I really do not know. And then I told my family about the show, and my grandpa was there, and he was like, "What are you talking about, Doctor Who?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm talking about Doctor Who." And then he was like, "I got some VR things, like I don't know what it calls is the
VCR.
thing. It's yeah, right." And he just gave me that, and I just watched the whole season of the First Doctor, and just because of him, I got into that.
Okay. Cool. Actually, that's pretty cool. For me, I think I was around. When did when was the fourth series out? It was around
Was
that
it 2008?
2008. So yeah,
2008.
Basically around 9, I was at the library and when I was in Philadelphia at the time, and we were living in living in Philadelphia at the time, and we were at the library, and they had the fourth Doctor. They had the not the fourth Doctor, sorry, the fourth series with was Donna on CD. And I'm sorry, on DVD, and my mom was like, "Let's take it out," and I was just like, "I don't want to see this. It looks so stupid." So I watched it, and I liked it. And basically, my mother got sick of it after like the third episode, and I still watched it. I binge watched it, and then and that's when I first cried at Doctor Who at the end of it. And then since then, I've been addicted to it. And yeah, basically, my mother introduced me to something that she hates now. So yeah, good talk.
The fourth series, I would agree with your mother on being bad. I really don't like the fourth series. Donna just gets on my nerves too much.
Really?
I am not a huge fan. It's annoying.
Donna gets on your nerves, but not Rose? Or
I don't like Rosie.
Yeah, Rose needs to go. She needed to go a while.
I am glad she's gone, but like my friends are always like, Tennant's the best Doctor, Rose is the best companion. I'm like, well, I would agree with you, Ken, for a little bit. Not the best Doctor, but he's one of them. Now Rose, for sure, is not the best companion.
Yeah, we talked about that last week about most of us said it was like Donna was the best companion, but we didn't like. We all didn't agree that the 10th Doctor was the best Doctor. Even I think so. So
We
basically,
didn't all agree that 10 was best.
I said that.
How is-
I said that. I said we all.
Oh,
I said we all didn't agree on it.
I thought you said we did.
No, we did. I know we didn't. Trust me, I know we didn't.
Hey, don't do that.
Basically. So let's just move on to the basically the big news, which is probably gonna take up most of our thing, anyways. The 13th.
Jodie.
What? Oh man, I forgot her. Is it Judy Whittaker? Is that her name?
Jodie
Whittaker?
Whittaker.
Judy? What?
Jodie.
Jodie Whittaker.
Okay. I feel bad that I don't know the name because I'm used to American actors and actresses, but I do know of her. I do know that she was in an episode of Black Mirror, and that's why I like her, and that's why I was kind of happy that they picked her because I liked the performance in the episode of Black Mirror that she was in. So, what are you guys' thoughts on her? I can read out class. I can look and read out classes since he's not here again.
I actually seen the news. I haven't seen that.
Okay.
I don't really keep up with Doctor Who news because I'm a big fan of not knowing spoilers, which this is a huge one.
Oh. Okay.
I haven't seen that news yet.
Oh.
Oops.
Sorry. I didn't know this. I feel bad.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel.
Okay. Well, we might as well just keep talking about it anyways. Like, what are your thoughts on her being the 13th Doctor? And I'll go get classes, and we'll talk about his view on it. Let's start off with Ethan this time.
Well, I don't like how some people are reacting to it. Some people are saying, oh, it's the death of the show, R.I.P. Doctor Who, and things like that. I'm just thinking, let's just wait. Some people are saying we should boycott the show because it's a woman. I don't care if it's a woman. If they're written well, and it's good writing, good episodes, that's fine. It's basically the exact same thing people said when Matt Smith came in. Okay. When
That's my phone.
That was me.
Oh,
I can't really hear you. I hear everybody else. But you're not close enough to the mic.
okay, can I talk? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's the exact same thing people said when Matt Smith came in. They said he was too young. Peter Capaldi,
Yeah.
it's too old. Now with her, she's a woman. Let's
They're
just give her a
always-
shot.
They're always a complaint.
Well, some people would think about they didn't watch it, so now they're going to come in with Jodie Whittaker. Maybe, I don't know. The American it's done.
Well, let's first discuss
It's not done.
let's first discuss how is she as an actress more than her being a woman, because I feel as if that I could understand if she was a horrible actress and they picked her, but I don't understand it because she's a woman. They getting pissed off. That's the only thing I don't understand.
I don't know her as an actress. I've never heard of this person.
She was. Have you seen Black Mirror before?
No, I have not.
Okay, and that makes sense. Ethan, you want to finish your statement before my phone turns back on and decides to play, and decides if the TARDIS wants to go off?
No, that's right. I finished what I was going to say.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to pull up classes thing, but every time I pull it up, the phone wants to play my background. Okay, I'll pull up what class said, and we can talk about what he said. Because honestly, for me, I'm okay with it being a woman. I was kind of happy when they said it was going to be a girl. And I was also kind of okay with who they picked as the person, because like I said before, I would care more if it was a bad actress. Who did you guys want to be the person, the new person?
I honestly didn't have a huge problem with who they chose to be the next Doctor. I mean, I've been hoping they'd have a ginger, but still no.
Mimi, you're quiet again. We're gonna have to make you speak, honey.
Sorry.
What
I
is your
just
thoughts?
wait. What I thought about her or the next person, who would it be?
About
Hmm.
her, about who it
So,
is.
okay. Well, she was in Broadchurch, so I really liked her,
Okay.
and she was a really cool actress there. So I think I was just shocked, and I was like, oh, okay, she. I don't know if this will be working, but then I was like, oh yeah, right, why not? She was a great actress, so why not?
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I like that. And who did you think that Wood was gonna be on the actor? Who did you want to be the next person for the Doctor?
The next person.
Yeah, who did you want it to be?
I don't know. I really wanted that it's Tilda Swinton because she's really cool, and she was in Doctor Strange. So awesome. I really liked her, and I hope so much that she will be into Doctor Who. But then, nah. But it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
I could see her as being the way she acted in Doctor Strange. I'm going only off of Doctor Strange. That's all I've seen her in. But I could see her being a doctor. But I could see her more being like a Peter Capaldi version of the Doctor more than her own original one. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Class's thoughts on it. He said, I don't care about her gender. I'm scared that the show will turn into feminist propaganda, but I think Whittaker is a brilliant choice. Hopefully, she gets good writing and a consistent character, unlike 11 and 12, which is very true because I agree with what Class said, minus the feminist propaganda, because I don't even think that's like an actual like thing that's gonna actually
Wait a
affect it
minute.
in any way.
That could actually be a problem because what if like people start thinking Doctor Who is like feminist, like feminazi, not feminist. They're
But
not might start using Doctor Who as like a pull, like hey, supporting our cars. Why don't you start throwing it down people's throats? And that could be a genuine problem.
it's not because but the problem is this: when people hear the word feminist, feminist or even feminism, you don't. They always think of these people who they get pissed off when a guy holds a door for a girl when the guy holds a door for you, and they walk away and like, oh my god, he held the door for me. He just thinks that I'm lower than him. Like, no, I'm actually trying to, like, feminist means that you believe that women should be equal as men, and it's not like that. And people, every time I hear feminism, it's just a thing that just kind of makes me like, eh. Because I don't think the show will ever turn into feminist propaganda. I don't think it would turn into it at all. Because there's no point to it. It's just everyone's being equal on the show, and now maybe she'll have a guy companion that matches a girl companion, even though we've had male companions before. Maybe it'll just be male, or even better, a female companion would be cool too.
Walking Matt wants to communicate us with the live chat from YouTube. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can read the live chat.
If you read the live chat, they're asking questions. They said if you.
I'm about to look in the live chat now. Wait, I'm sorry.
Walking Man.
Okay, let's see what's in the live chat. Oh my goodness, at the live chat, could you communicate the chat, please? Because I'll stay and type in it. Okay. Do you guys talk to your chat because they say, okay, yeah, we do. I'm sorry, Walking Med, we actually do.
What's up? He says.
Okay.
What's up?
I mean, what's up?
Has anyone posted about this on the app?
I did.
I thought Mimi would.
I posted on there just now, and I said I got like only 6 people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking on it. Sorry. No, you're fine. You don't sound rude at all. Here, I'll fix this. What are your guys' views? Because basically, I just feel as if like it will. I hope that the show, that the people who are the new person who's writing the scripts and everything for her is going to be fair about it. Because the last two doctors haven't really. The last two doctors haven't really. No, the last doctor, technically, Peter Capaldi hasn't had really good shows to me.
For sure, they were really good episodes. I said for sure.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just feel as if that they don't. I still bring back the cause of it being. Why can't? I don't know. I just feel as if I don't know how to put it in words. It's so weird. Like, I'm at loss of words right now with this whole thing. I like it. I think Johnny Whittaker has potential to be awesome. Okay. I think we all agree with that, huh?
When you read comments, can you say the name of the person who their name and then
sure? It's
in the comment they said.
Walking Med said, I think Jodie Whittaker has potential to be awesome, and I agree with him. / them. I'm not sure you're going to say them. I agree with them. I agree with them completely because her performance to me in Black Mirror, and that, like I said before, that was the only thing I saw her in, was pretty cool. Let's see. It's like nothing. Like, I feel like this is a bad one. I don't like that this is so short. Like, we have nothing. My dog is sleeping. Goodness. Jodie is a great in Broadchurch, and I'm sorry, at Kitty Chan, Jodie was really great in Broadchurch, and I hope that she will be awesome in Doctor Who. Also, Black Mirror, exactly.
Also, yes, she was really good in Black Mirror. Actually, to be honest, when I first learned that the 12th Doctor going to be Peter Capaldi, I really devastated. I thought he was really old, and now that I'm just saying, if there is one thing that killed a person, it's prejudice. I mean, I really liked him in the series 10 especially. His acting was really awesome, which make the worst episodes a little better.
Yeah, that's the question that I wanted to also ask you guys, is that, do you think that David Tennant I'm sorry, wrong person. Do you think that Peter Capaldi being a bad doctor was more on the part of him having bad writing or him being a bad actor?
I don't think Peter Capaldi was a bad doctor. I think he was an amazing doctor.
Yes. Actually,
I do.
Yeah.
I feel he could have been written better into some episodes, but I still feel like he was a great doctor. I can't say any of them were bad doctors. I can say some of them had poor acting. I can say some of them had poor writing. but I don't think there is ever going to be a bad doctor.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I meant by it. Like, that's what I mean. I mean, not as if being completely terrible. Because, like you said, there's no bad doctors. I mean, as if, like, do you feel as if making Peter Capaldi not everyone's favorite doctor is because he had bad writing? He had some bad writing that overshadowed the great writing? Or was it that he was just a bad actor in general? At Walking Med, he said, "What I liked about the reveal is that they felt as if that we were looking at the doctor and not just some lady who felt like the doctor." He means when they saw her face. That is very true, and I did like about the way they presented it as if it was actually the doctor, and she didn't look as if they were some lady. It's like, who's that? No, you actually knew, okay, this is the new doctor.
Because actually, when I saw first her eye, we saw her eye in the first, and I just screamed like, "She's a woman!" I shout a lot, and very surprised, but I was very happy with the decision. I really would like to see her in the Doctor Who.
I hope she's not wearing a hoodie of the Doctor, because I'm looking at the picture you posted, and I hope she's not wearing that hoodie in this show. I was not a big fan of the hoodie that Peter Capaldi wore.
I mean, it was just a thing. I think that was just for the idea of revealing that, oh my gosh, she's a woman. Because when you look at her body in this, and when you're looking at the whole video, and you're looking at her body, you don't see that it's a girl until she takes off the hood, technically.
Mm.
I think that's one mistake they might make, is focusing too much on, oh my god, it's a woman doctor. Like, it's just get on with it. Don't try and make it this huge, massive... I know it is a big thing, but you don't have to bring loads of attention to it. Just, she's the doctor still.
Yeah, I think they need to make it a thing where it's like, okay, it's just the new doctor, not, oh my god, she's a woman. Because that's what most of the people are. That's what the people on, when I see on the reactions on Amino, on both the Daily TARDIS and the Hoagie and Amino, you see that it is everyone saying, oh my gosh, she's a woman. Oh my gosh, she's a woman. Oh my god, this is gonna be the end of Doctor Who. This is horrible. I don't know.
But the thing I exaggerate about, not that she is a woman, I exaggerate about she is a good actor, and I really would like to see him. I'm really excited about. I can't wait. I mean, she could be awesome.
What do you think? How do you think she's gonna? What kind of character do you think she's gonna be? Like, what do you think her character will be? Because every doctor has something that distinguishes them from the other doctor. Like, what do you think will be her?
Cute.
Hopefully to have someone but that. Like, have her personality be more towards Mitzi's personality, but without all the stuff.
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Her personality as the doctor is more less fast.
Because I feel as if, I'm not sure, because Peter Capaldi is this person who's cold-hearted, and he doesn't really he doesn't really care about human emotion, but he still wants to help them.
Yeah.
And David Tennant is a person who
yes.
loves everyone and everything like that. Like, what do you think her personality would be? Even though we only see like a minute of her, what do you think her personality would be? Just the way she's like.
She really looks like someone who is really compassionate. I mean, really caring, nice, cute. I don't know, but tough
Because I think she's
times
gonna
at
be like.
times.
I sort of hope she would be like Donna in a way. You know what I mean?
Compassionate, but
Yeah.
tough at times.
Yeah. I hope they make her have like Donna-esque kind of personality wise, because I feel as if that would be cool to have to see in like a doctor form would be Donna.
Yes. And emotional a bit, a little.
Let's look in the chat and see
I
what you
hope
guys
she
think.
I hope she has it done. I don't want her to complain all the time.
What do you mean?
Anna complained all the time. And she tried to tell the doctor. And it annoyed me so much. Like Clara, it was doctor just put charge.
Okay. The real question is that why don't you like Donna? I wanted to ask you that because we talked about. I told you we talked about this last week. Why don't you like Donna?
Honestly, it was because of her personality. She complains too much. She's too bossy. And when she is in a really good situation where she could say something really good for herself, she just complains.
Okay.
And then she gets in other people's faces about dumb situations. And when someone else is trying to take charge, she has to throw them out.
Okay.
It's just how much she is all that.
Okay, I can understand that. Let's look in the chat again. I don't care about her gender. Kitty Chan says, I don't care about her gender. I was think that the doctor would turn out to be I would always think that the doctor would turn out to be a woman. I mean, the Time Lords are gender fluid, so I knew this would happen. I think everyone knew this would happen. Everyone was guessing, like, I hope it's a woman this time. Because we figured out, like, I think it was in the 10th Doctor's era that it was a woman, that they're gender fluid, in a way.
Yes, actually, I really like to do that. But when I think generally, the series 10 wasn't very successful to me. And I don't know, really, did that decrease the ratings, but I thought BBC wouldn't take that risk, but they surprised me. They take that risk. They took that risk, and you know, really, plenty of people now wants to quit the show. Yes.
I think everyone's just quitting the show because Stephen Moffat is leaving Doctor Who, and that's perfectly understandable, especially when you have someone and I can understand that why they would want to leave, but it's a clean slate, and I'm happy they made it. I'm just really happy. I'm gonna read Walking Med thing, and he said she has to kind of act like a man because that's what the 10th. Is it the 10th Doctor? Or what Tegan Doctor would be like. I'm sorry. You wouldn't just suddenly start acting like a lady after all the time being a man. I do agree with that. It just made as if that he's not gonna. You can't really act like a man. There's nothing that just. To me, there's nothing that says acting like a man. Like, you know what I mean? I just want him to. I just want her to. Huh?
Basically, to act like a man, like less fluid, like so. Girls have a looseness to them, while guys usually are more rigid and more like, "Oh, this has got to be done."
Yeah.
But I really would like to prefer that she act like a woman, but also act like the doctor.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
feel
what
like
I'm trying to
it's
say.
Actually,
I'm
that's
sorry.
the break point.
Yeah, that's what I was
like
trying to.
for like her first series, she should be acting like a man because that's what she's been for.
Yeah, that's what I meant
Doesn't
by
it?
not acting like a
No,
man.
like
I
the
don't
next-
want her to act as if she's a man. I want her to act like she is the doctor. You can't, cause that everyone associated the people who play as doctor acting like a man. It's not because this one's a woman. You have to act as if their personality wise is acting as if they're the doctor, not because they're a man, not because they're a woman, whatever they are. They are the doctor. Simple as that, basically, to me.
Yes.
A woman, so they should be having problems with it throughout the first series.
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
The Doctor's never been a woman, so throughout the first series, they should be having all kinds of problems with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In a parody episode, the 12th Doctor was a woman in 1999. I think written by Stephen Moffat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did you guys look at it? But it is good episode, I think.
Yeah, because basically what I was trying to say was that when you think of the Doctor, you don't think of... obviously think of a man, but you don't think of like...
Yes.
You think of someone who's like... someone who wants to save everyone. You don't... to me, when I think of the name the Doctor, it's not so much of a... gender-wise. It's not like... It's sort of a general, neutral kind of thing.
Yes, because like acting like a man or being a man is not a criterion of a being doctor, I think. Because doctor always change and have some fundamentals, and if you reflect that fundamentals really good, you could make a doctor.
Exactly. So
that's the point, I think.
Ethan and me are being extremely quiet, and I don't like this. Please speak.
Yes.
Y'all always so quiet, and we love to hear your voice.
I wonder if she's here.
I'm really sorry. I just waited and listened to you.
We can start with Ethan if you want to.
Yes.
Ethan, what do you think about that?
Is my microphone on? Yep, microphone's on. What do I think about that? I don't know, because I've completely forgotten everything that you just said.
Are you sick?
We were saying basically, I can explain. It's fine. Walking Med said earlier in the chat that he wants the Doctor to not act like a woman at first. He wants him to act like a lady, but still be a man. And I was saying that.
Yeah.
And I was basically saying that I don't believe that the Doctor should act like a woman or act like a man. The Doctor should act like the Doctor. What do you feel about that?
I could imagine having a bit of an identity crisis in the first couple of episodes where he acts a bit like a man, a bit like a woman. Still the Doctor, obviously, but being a bit confused over who they are. Mm-hmm. He is, she is, whatever.
It'd be
pretty say
funny.
They now. We're gonna say they.
Yeah, they. It'd be pretty funny to see a few episodes of them having a midlife crisis where they're wearing fezzes, saying "all on Z" as a "oh my god, what's happening?" to me kind of phase.
I wouldn't do that for very long though. I think I think it would probably wear off after a while. Don't make it a series long thing, because I think people get a bit fed up with that. Just do it for the first 1 or 2 episodes.
Being a woman.
Then again, the whole point is of this to make the Doctor a woman because they want to present her as a woman. But I think the mistake with Missy is the Master wouldn't suddenly start acting like a woman. He would still act a bit like a man. says Walking Mad.
Well,
I mean, Missy.
We
was
didn't
acting
meet
like,
Missy getting up with the generation. We met her when she was way already into it.
Yeah, I don't feel as if that Missy even acted like a woman to me. I felt she was just acting like the master. She was psychotic in many ways, and she was still a person who didn't care about living.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
The manipulator.
That's another thing with Missy. Everyone thought that she was, when they figured out that Missy was the master. No one cared.
Actually, she can be a psychopath in any gender.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care about that.
No one cared when the doctor turned to Missy. I mean, when the master turned to Missy, but as soon as the doctor turns into Missy, even though they're like the same exact species, everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is the end of Doctor Who." It's just, they did the same thing with Missy, and look what happened with Missy. Everyone loves Missy.
Walking Mad says, sorry,
There's definitely some people who dislike Missy.
Say it again?
I said, I love Missy, but there's definitely somebody who doesn't like Missy. Everyone has a different opinion.
I said that wrong. I mean, most people usually like Missy. When you talk about Missy, people, they're usually like, "Oh my gosh, Missy is so psychotic." Because I like Missy. I usually like villains in stories or in TV shows. It's because I like the idea that they can make a character. I like how you can make someone hate a character. I don't know, I just like that.
By the way, Walking Mad says, cause think about it, if you were a man for years and years and suddenly became a woman, you wouldn't get dressed and high heels and put makeup on, cause in herself she will be still a man. I actually disagree with that, because you can't know a culture, because you are a Time Lord. It's the culture, because your father could be your mother, or I don't know. It's just the culture affects that, the way you grown up.
I'm not pretty sure about that though. I don't think that they should put her. I don't think that they should put her in heels and a dress. To put her in heels and a dress, I would not like it at all, because you doing all that running in heels is not real thing. Even though the show is science fiction, no girl is running in 6-inch heels in a dress.
I don't know if you ever try to understand another culture, because I'm trying to now, the American and English culture, because that's not my culture, and trying to learn your culture, and this makes you understand that everything better. But when you think about it, Gallifrey culture, we don't know about it. I mean, we can explain it as that, for me.
Walking Med also said, "True, we didn't see the start of Missy. She will probably wear much she saw in the reveal. That would probably be her clothes. I don't think that would be her clothes. I don't think they would show her clothes right away. So they didn't do that with any of the other doctors. They just kept those clothes on, the previous doctor's clothes on, until the end of the first episode. So we have to wait and see. I hope they design it properly though. I hope they give her pants. That's all I hope. They give her pants.
For sure.
No, because they might not. They might be stupid and give her a skirt.
Yeah, that's gonna be annoying.
Or do what Missy does and put her in a dress, but only Missy can rock that dress, man.
For sure. Are all of you caught up to the episode 12?
Yes.
Okay. So now that Missy is dead, what do you think is going to happen with the Master? Do you think he's going to come back somehow? Or do you think that's the end?
The Master always comes back, one way or another.
Yes.
Even if it's just him or her saying, "I escaped somehow," and just appearing again.
I know.
It was a
So
really bad idea to kill her.
They killed her off because the actress was leaving anyways, so I can understand that why they killed her off. But it was just a thing where it was like, so y'all gonna kill everybody off, not even just leave it like a person like there.
Yeah, into that episode.
Do you know what I think is the biggest problem talking about the new Doctor and this whole announcement?
What?
There's not much to talk about, really. We know her name, we know she's a woman, that's it.
I mean, it's like theory-wise, like you can guess like what she's gonna do. You can just guess for now.
But we've got nothing. We've got nothing to base those theories on.
We do.
How long was that little clip? How long was that? About
A minute.
A minute.
Exactly a minute.
Just exactly a minute.
not a lot to go on. All she did was walk a bit, take her hood off, and walk into a really, really, really poor Photoshop of David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston's TARDIS, which really.
Yes.
It's like they pulled that off Google Images. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. It was a Google image. I am embarrassed. I was like, she's a woman. I was saying that. Then I saw it, and it was terrible. I think that clip wasn't even compiled by Doctor Who.
Well, based on the clip, here's something we can talk about. Do you think that's going to be her TARDIS? Is she going to go back to that originality?
I hope so.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Really.
I want a new interior. I want everything new. I hope they give her.
It would be really cool. Oh,
I'm sorry.
it would be really cool. Like you know, with the third Doctor, he had like a different TARDIS practically every week. It was always changed about. That'd be quite cool. Like just subtle changes every week, where like she's fiddling. Like during her first series, she's just messing things around. She's like, oh, I like this one, but I prefer this one. Then at the end, she picks one that she actually likes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because she's like having all kinds of becoming a woman out of nowhere.
Yeah. I don't know. You're right. You can't really talk about it. I just like this. I like theorizing in general about different things because it's just nice to theorize things.
There is a common question about the companion. Now the companion will be a man, or now?
I mean, we've had men and women, both.
Yes, actually.
Okay, I want to say
women.
I would love it to be a woman companion, be with
actually
a woman doctor. That would be amazing.
90% for women, 7% for men, and 3% robot companions.
I can give you one probably fact about the companion, which has been the same for the whole of the new series. There will be from present day Earth, and either from London or from somewhere in England.
for sure.
True.
But what if this new companion, because of all the original companions before Bill, liked the Doctor, they had kind of a crush on him, and they wanted to stay with him because of that. What if this new companion is a lesbian or a guy? That way they can still like the Doctor to the point where they have a crush on him, and that's why they want to stay with her. Because they know they're safe. They feel safe with their crush, which is the Doctor.
I wouldn't mind that. I would, but I also wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't like that personally. I haven't liked the whole love interest thing at all, really. I like the idea of the companion being the Doctor's best friend, or somebody who they just trust. Or maybe they don't. Maybe the companion doesn't trust the Doctor, and she has to try and win over their trust, or something like that. I've never liked the idea of the companion having a crush on the Doctor, even if it's a man or a woman.
They haven't really had a man. They haven't really had a man companion that was had a crush on the Doctor. So they might do that for us, and I don't want that to happen either. Because I
We've
don't.
always had
Hmm?
a male companion who was companion with their companion. So the original companion has always been a female, and the male companion comes along because of the female companion.
Yeah. So unless all of a sudden the male companion comes willingly, that would be cool. I would actually not mind that completely. But I just don't know how to, like, I don't know why the women are so trusting. That's my thing. That's only my thing. I don't understand why they are so trusting. And I really hope that they, since they're changing it, having basically wiping off a new slate, I hope they get a companion from somewhere else instead of just modern day London.
So have like an alien companion like the Fourth Doctor did?
That'd be cool.
Actually, the Fourth Doctor didn't have an alien companion. The 11th Doctor had kind of an alien companion. She wasn't really a companion. She was just a friend.
One companion I really would have loved was Clara, the Victorian one. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
I hate how they made her modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, it would be really interesting to make a character like from Victorian London or like 51st century from like Captain Harkness, Jack Harkness. It could be strange, you know, because you take from a Victorian London and take her to 21st century, and she just looks around and surprises, but we don't surprise it. She looks formed in
Yeah,
other things.
I like the idea of somebody like from like the 1700s and everything like that being the new companion and seeing what is this thing, like what are all of these different things, is that what is that device they have in their hands, or what do they have in their ears walking, why are they talking to themselves, kind of thing.
Because whatever Doctor says, it would sound like a atom accelerator to him or her. It would be really interesting.
Yeah, I just feel as if I would like that he would to explain to like this one person who doesn't know anything, like literally like looks absolutely nothing, and then them just walking into the TARDIS. It would be like a better like a funnier experience to see this person who came from like where there was like no such thing as technology at all. Like at least when the people come in, like when Bill came in, she was like, I'm sorry, continue.
It would be like 51st century people watch the Doctor Who in Clara, like what? She doesn't know time travel, how dumb she is, something like that.
Yeah, I like that they somewhat, I like that when Bill, she somewhat knew what everything was. She looked around and she was like, cool.
Yes.
It's like a kitchen. And that was cool to me.
Yes. It will be really interesting.
Do you know what I think will be cool? I think it'll be cool where you have an episode, like if they had like a companion from the Victorian times. Have one of those.
I'm saying that.
Have one of those episodes where it's like, you know, the ones where the Doctor's not there and the companion has to do everything themselves to save the Doctor. It's like, have one like that in the 21st century or the 1980s or something.
That's what I talk about.
They have no idea what's going on, and they're like, how am I going to do this?
That would be so funny. But it would it would suck if they had to. It would really like, suck if they had to do what they did to Donna, and it would make me so angry if they did that.
Yeah. Let's call Christopher and share this idea.
Bro, let's just call BBC and together, and it's just like spout.
Hey Chris. Hey Chris, we've got an idea.
Like, hey, I forgot. I know how to make the Doctor Who show not be total garbage and actually give people hope again. Yeah, that.
I can just imagine her using an iPad or him using an iPad. Like, that'd be quite funny. Or them trying to talk to people. They've got their headphones and they're like, "Hello."
I want to see like a bartender from like Victorian times. I don't know why. Specifically a bartender. I feel like they would be just cool and they'd be sassy enough to do it.
That would be really good in some aspects.
It's very specific, but I don't know. I feel like it's that.
Yeah,
It's very specific. I know.
You know, yeah. A common thoughts about bartenders from Victorian London about vegan from films.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just feel like this would just be like weird.
That idea.
Isn't that what Clara
That
was?
idea. Yes. Yes. Exactly. No. Just not remembered.
Just make the Clara from the Victoria era version of a companion, and actually keep them in the Victorian era, and then just let her go.
I'll try to do something quickly. So, if we had to write an episode for series 11, what would it be about? Just each of us, like, what would it be about?
Actually, that's a good idea. We can keep that for another episode.
I think that would be cool. That would take after planning.
Our episodes for the 5th episode of this podcast. It would be a really strange idea. Now, carry on, Ethan.
I like that, Ethan. We're probably gonna do it next episode. Actually, I'd give you guys a week to write an episode and who would be in the episode and who would come back or anything like that. It doesn't have to be the first episode. It just can be a random episode.
Well, do we have to like pick actors and things?
No, you don't have to. Just
I don't know.
Just a plot.
If you really want to, you can. You don't have to.
And say how many episodes it would be, because I would like to do. I really want them to bring back like the 5-part episodes.
Yeah, that was amazing. I love that about the original series.
Because I remember when I would just watch. I remember when I got like the old like the classic Who episodes. I loved watching Genesis of Dalek because it was amazing to watch like 4 parts and them introducing what's happening and everything like that all at once. It was amazing.
If it went bad, it got into a nightmare.
What do you mean?
Old companions return. Actually, that would be 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, and 8th, and 5th Doctor together. It would be interesting.
I don't know if they could bring back old companions like Sarah Jane. I think like that'd be cool.
Didn't they in like the 10th Doctor series? Didn't they bring back?
I want them to bring back Ginny.
One companion I'd love to see come back.
I would love to know what happened to her. She started exploring the world, and then she.
Like that's why they said she's exploring the world now, and then they didn't say anything afterwards.
Yes, yeah, that's open. I don't know what to say. Open something. You can feel it. That it could be another episode.
One companion I'd love to see come back is Susan, his granddaughter, because he promised her that he'd visit her and go back to her.
Yes, that would be interesting. I really sometimes think about it because, a doctor says I have a promise and says the first Doctor quote that one day I shall come back and goes to his granddaughter. That would be interesting. I really thought about a lot
for that kind of scenario. The Doctor is like so different that she wouldn't even recognize them. Just probably deny the fact that that's the Doctor.
Yeah, I think they would just have. I wish they could have like an episode where it's just like she goes back and sees her, but she's just leaving. He's just leading up to the idea, like, surprise! Hi.
Thing is, though,
I'm-
because Susan's a Time Lord, she could have regenerated as well.
Yes,
could have a
Walking
different-
Dead. Walking Dead
yes.
just said that in there. Just
Oh.
said that in the book as well.
Yes, yes, and
Imagine if they were the companion and we didn't realise it. And neither of them realised that until... Oh, no, they would
Isn't-
actually, because the doctor.
now isn't that a great idea? We can call Chris again.
Hey, yo,
We
bro.
got-
The thing is, though, once the female says she's the doctor, Susan would know. So that's sort of...
That's the
Yeah,
thing,
like,
he
let's say-
doesn't say anything until,
Why-
like, later on.
Susan doesn't want to reveal that to them because it's been so long that they don't want it to be weird or something like that.
We've got 2 episodes. We really should call Chris
Someone needs to write that episode. And also, what you can do for the episode is we're gonna set down the guidelines now, since we're already in it anyways. For the episode, you are allowed to bring back any monster from Classic Who and New Who. You can even make up a new monster, and if it makes it scary, you get extra points.
Yes, someone write that down. A villain from Classic Who.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Get some old stuff.
I think this would be a awesome kind of thing. You know what I mean? I think it would be awesome to write our own episodes because I feel like
Yes.
I have to also tell class too. And is class coming back next week?
Oh, I couldn't watch it entirely.
Yeah, ask him.
But-
Ask him if he's gonna come back next week. I hope he does because this would be amazing for him to come back to. Also, I want you guys to leave your
He's not coming back in 3 weeks. He's not coming back in 3 weeks.
in 4.
So,
Wow.
but 3-4 weeks he's away.
Ah, I don't have a holiday. Just
friend. I'm gonna miss my friend because we're totally friends. Totally.
So, do we all have ideas for an episode then already in our heads that we're just going to write down? Or just...
I think we all do. As just Whovians, we all do in some way.
yes, I always think about when I come back to school to home. I just walking and thinking something like that.
I don't know. I just feel that I think we'll all be pretty cool to see. I think it would be really, really cool to see you guys see what you actually think.
Also, one thing I think we could do to make it interesting as well, as part of one thing people can do is try and come up with a pre-credits scene. You know, the very beginning before the time credits go on, because that's usually a very important scene. See if they can come up with one like that, because that's quite a short thing to do.
True.
Grip people.
Since we don't really companions, you want to make a quick companion that we all can make and we can put them in, or no?
I like bringing back.
Because I like the idea of us having only one companion that we talk about, instead of it being like everyone has their own set of companions, or it will be confusing.
Also, what doctor will it be? Will we use the new doctor, or will we pick Capaldi?
What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to use the new doctor, or what?
The new doctor makes more sense, and that's what this whole podcast is about.
Say that one more time.
If we used the new doctor, it would make more sense for us because our whole episode is about Jodie Whittaker.
True. So I like that idea. We're gonna use the new doctor. You can make up a single companion. And yeah.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, I like that. I like this episode. It was slow at first, but I liked it. You guys want to end it here or continue?
Should we end it? Have we reached the end of our conversation? Is there much more to go on?
Not really. We only talked about a 1 minute clip. Before we leave, actually, we can ask the people in the chat, basically the only person, aka Walking Med, and the only person that's actually really talking. Probably Kitty Chan's there too, but what do you guys think before we leave? I'll give you some time, but what do you guys think what we should do before we leave? Like, what do you think is the idea of what is like a dream companion that we want?
Honestly, I'm a huge fan of this idea of Susan coming back.
Who? Because
I would like to see her come back as like a different, like maybe even disguised, or like not disguised, but like regenerated as a man, and then realize who they are. That would be great.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Well, I guess since no one else wants to say anything, really, we can end it there. Actually, this was actually a fun episode. Yeah, because the people in the chat are not really saying anything. My friend came in, and I just told her to go away. That's basically what happened. That's literally it. Yeah. So thank you for tuning into the 4th episode of the podcast. Next week we are going to be actually talk about, as Ethan said, we're going to be talking about our dream episode in a way where we're going to make our own episode with the newest Doctor and see how everything would go. Basically, an adventure, and how many parts and everything like that.
We've also got to come up with a name. That's important.
A name for it? Oh yeah, a name for the
episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's it. I hope you see you next video, guys. Bye.
Yeah.